This is your WW3 news of Wednesday early evening. Who knows, they're probably going to see Scream's 7 horror film. Yes, that's not the topic of this video today. You probably may know I'm living in Italy and talk a little bit more about the local area which I live in, which Pontedera, where I work. It's a small town. It's famous for a Piaggio who makes Vespas, two-wheel vehicles. I call it the city of the Vespa. It's not of its recent heritage, which it's famous for. For the locals, it's more famous for its bad reputation regarding the situation how this local bar is run, and the social topics like problems with immigration, which are in huge numbers, which are beginning to cause in recent years problems like with law and order. And you will say, yes, why don't the citizens vote these cunts out next election for the mayor? And it's not so easy, because it's always the same political party since after the war is always in power. But every 80 years that mayor was in office, another one of the same political party candidates. And there's a bit of a fault of the people who vote the same old people, which you just keep these people in power, and what they give you in return: more efficient public services, more of a cleaner town to live in, more better public spending when it comes to your local taxes. No, it's a shit hole. Socialist shit hole has become. And the issue of law and order in these illegals, North Africans and baby gangs, especially where the railway station is, it's an area which pushers are there, and obviously a concentration of North African immigrants, and even those of the Middle East, Pakistani, Indian and Afghanis as well, which when you go around from morning until early evening, you find them near a bar consuming alcohol, or if not, a group of them in the local park drinking alcoholic beverages. And when they have a bit too much, the problems start. Violence and various other criminal offences as well committed by them as well. Shoplifting. There were cases they attacked violently some shop assistants about a year or so ago, or a group of 2 North Africans, which resulted to illegals. And the problems of the town itself: the roads full of potholes. They say they haven't got money to fill these potholes in, nor certain charities which are polyhedral, which been years are living in an appalling building which is falling to pieces. It's raining inside, and it's an absolute hazard, safety hazard for the people who have their, their charity there. And regarding the next area of the Piaggio, Via Renane Piaggio, the old workshops, which, well, they turned into a Piaggio museum, which was a pretty good thing. And the rest of these old workshops since Piaggio sold it to the local council, it's left abandoned, all blocked up. And then they say, I haven't got money to requalify that area, because the mayor said, I have to think about my constituency, not the locals of Pontedera, the immigrants of the railway station and next Piaggio Villaggio, which that in origin were houses after the war. Piaggio, which converted to civilian production, was destined for the employees, the workers. Slowly, these houses ended up in hands of the local council, and slowly, you find only immigrants inside, the ones who come to pay your pension when you go in retirement. Most of these people do not work. As from my intel, there's been some trouble there with them as well, and they live off the welfare. And he says you have to think about maintaining these people. I believe so. They're the people who vote for him. If these people were productive, would contribute or participate in the community itself, no. They create ghettos amongst themselves and in the story. And this is the same old shit when it comes to left-wingy run boroughs. It's dumb. People vote every 4 years, the same old political party. And they promise change. What change? It's only got worse. Criminality's gone up. Poverty's going up as well. And probably Piaggio may leave Pontedera. Well, what that will remain of the Piaggio in the future, because that company's in crisis. Well, it's probably a crisis man-made by them to have a bit of money, you know, from the local government or Rome itself. And shops are closing, those typical corner shops, which once were probably a family-owned business. After so many years, high local taxes, high rents, has driven out these small shopkeepers and even supermarkets, which I think there are 5 in the vicinity of 2 to 3 kilometres. A bit too much, I should say. And there you are. They're taken over by kebab shops, Chinese commercial activities, Indian Pakistanis which do mobile phone repairs, or Sony Gizmo Electronics. That's probably the reality in exchange of traditional shops as them, which are replacing those type of traditional shops. The rest of it, there are certain areas shops are closed. Well, centre is still bustling a bit. But mind you, it's very expensive come Pontedera, and local taxes is like if you living in Florence, pay the same type of taxes for a lousy quality of public services. The centre where the railway station is a ghetto, and that the famous Piaggio village which I mentioned is full of those immigrants there. And you know, people are getting, you know, a bit pissed off and really angry about it. Oh, the mayor doesn't do nothing, only things about immigrants. I think partially the fault is you voted for the same people. if you look on in other small towns like pontedera, which after many years of rule by the lefties, another political faction has taken over administration. They had done something in years and years of communist rule administration. Finally, something is done to improve this town, make it less run down, tackle petty crimes, and so on. This is the problem with these small towns. There's no more problem with big cities like Pisa, Firenze. Even that type of criminality, which immigration, that negative part of it, brings it to itself. It's been here for years, and it's getting worse.